Right now is a great time for you to become an accountant. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 reasons why that's so. My name is Christopher Johnson. I'm a certified public accountant. I've been doing accounting and accounting related work for the past 13 years now. And I created this platform, CPA Diversity, to educate people like you on all the opportunities there are in accounting, how being an accountant can be a very rewarding career and can also change your life. Now, number one on our list of reasons why right now is a great time for you to choose to become an accountant is a very cliche but true reason, which is accounting provides a lot of job security. This was one of those reasons that was really attractive for me when I was in school trying to pick a profession to go into. Of course, when you're in school and you're starting to think about what can I do with my life to earn money, to have a career, to be successful, you're going to compete with a lot of people in the marketplace. So you really got to be strategic. If you're smart, be strategic about what you choose to go into. And for me, I had to look around and go, what's the competition going to look like? I was in the School of Business at my school. There were a lot of different majors I could go into. And I saw that accounting was this very small group of people, which told me that I probably was going to be competing with less people out in the marketplace versus another major like business management or business administration. So when you talk about job security, accounting provides a lot of job security because you have a plethora of jobs available for accountants, right? You have a plethora of businesses that need accountants. And you have this very small set of people who are brave enough and daring to actually choose to pursue the profession of accounting. And that creates a lot of demand. And that's what you want. You want to have the demand there if you're looking for job security, because you're looking for places where there is a need and then you can step in and fulfill that need, right? And then if you're somebody who can do that job, great. There's going to be security there because they're not going to want to get rid of you because you're valuable and you provide a great service, and they don't want to go the effort of trying to find somebody else because there's already not that many people who are doing the job. And the demand for accounting is astronomical. There's a lot of demand, okay? And let's be real, it's because nobody wants to go into the profession. When I say nobody, I mean very few people are actually choosing to go into the profession. But this creates a lot of opportunity for people like you and me, because we are the ones who are actually going to look at that available space of demand and very little people who are going into the profession and decide to become the solution, right? Become the accountant, become the one who can step in and fulfill that demand. And that's going to create job security. When we're talking about job security, again, we kind of have to think about supply and demand, okay? Is there demand for accountants? Yes, there's tons of demand for accountants. And we'll get to talking about that in a second. But we're also talking about supply. How many people are out there who can actually fulfill the need for accountants, okay? Can you become somebody who chooses to be an accountant and then helps a company who's looking for an accountant fulfill their needs that they would get from an accountant? There are a lot of articles that are online that talk about the talent gap shortage, the need for more accountants. And as you can see here, they're talking about the accounting shortage by the number. It says the accounting shortage isn't anecdotal. It shows up clearly in hiring projections, workforce demographics, and the shrinking pipeline of new professionals entering the field. Together, these figures explain why finance teams are struggling to hire and why the pressure isn't easing. So finance teams, businesses are pretty much struggling to hire qualified professionals that are accounting professionals. And if we look at some of these numbers, what we can see in terms of job security is that annual accounting and auditing job opening is about 124,000 jobs per year, according to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. So those are a lot of jobs every year that are being created for accountants. The projected employment growth for accounting is 5%, which I'm guessing is pretty good. That seems like a nice amount of jobs to add to the economy every year for the profession to be growing. The trend in CPA exam candidates, there has been continual decline in people who are going after the certified public accounting designation. Why? It's a pretty challenging path to go on to become a CPA. And if you don't know what a CPA is, you basically are a certified accountant, right? You go through education and you go through a test that says you know what you're talking about, you're stamped certified. There has been a decline of people who have been going through that because of a lot of different reasons, primarily because it's not something simple or easy to just do, but you can do it if you put your mind to it. And then also the age workforce of CPAs, right? So you've got a lot of people, specifically baby boomers, who are now in their retirement years and they're leaving the workforce and they're no longer going to be accountants for businesses. I think a lot of it too is just the fact that the accounting profession and business landscape is just changing so much anyway. They've decided to hang it up and be like, look, I'm done. I've done my 40 years. I got my gold watch or whatever, and I'm leaving the profession. That's leaving a gap open for new people who are accounting professionals to walk in and fulfill that need. Okay, so job security is there because of all of these different factors. You've got people who are retiring, you've got less people who are interested in going into the profession, you've got a growing landscape of business who need more accountants and finance professionals with accounting backgrounds, and all of that is creating this really big demand for you if you choose to become an accountant. Let's talk about reason number two, which is career opportunities. And there are tons of career opportunities in the accounting profession. Every business, small, medium, and big, need accountants. And we're talking every industry. So, whatever industry, hospitality, financial services, entertainment, government, all of them need accountants. So there are tons of career opportunities out there, tons of experiences that you can have. In my own professional career, I've gotten to see quite a bit over the years doing accounting work and doing IT related work as an accountant. Some of those experiences included travel all over the US to different states that I had never been to and would have never had an opportunity to see had it not been for the accounting profession. Some cool companies that I've gotten to go and do accounting and audit work for. One of the big companies is Home Shopping Network. Another company is Checkers and Rallies. Like walking into those places and just being like, what am I doing here? I'm a, young black guy from Miami, Florida that's walking into the headquarters of these super big organizations and getting to meet their team and understand their operations is very rewarding. So you get a lot of different experiences. My experiences are by far not the coolest experiences that I've heard or seen when it comes to accounting professionals and accounting opportunities. But again, it's a wide open world of things that you can do as an accountant because every business needs an accountant and you could be the next accountant for some new business that's out there. And there's a lot of new and interesting businesses that are popping up every day. They need accountants like you. Now, accounting jobs in the US make up about 1.4 million jobs in the entire United States, with a median salary of $77,000, which is pretty good money nowadays. It's not like life changing money, but if you are a student and you're trying to figure out how to earn some money for yourself in life, $77,000 a year is not a bad start. And that's a median salary. Doesn't always mean that it's like gonna be exactly 77. It could be a little less, it could be a little more. Still pretty good money. You've got 5 to 6% job growth, as we saw before, 6% job growth by 2033. The industry is growing because the economy is growing in the US and really globally. Most global countries are expanding. Not every country, but most of them are. And over 15 industries hiring CPAs specifically because being a CPA means that more than just basic accounting, let's put it that way. And that's a very high demand skill to have. And you talk about industries that people can go into, let's look at them, okay? You've got financial services, you've got healthcare, you've got technology, you've got government, you've got entertainment, you've got manufacturing, you've got nonprofit, you've got real estate. And that's probably not all the things that you can do in terms of industries that accountants can work in. But you see your pool of opportunities here. And you even got like the average salaries that vary here. So if you're talking financial services, you're talking almost $100,000 a year in annual salaries. So like that's not a small chunk of change. Expected 12% growth. Healthcare, $88,000, which is not bad either. Expected 15% growth. Technology, okay, $105,000 a year as an average salary, and 18% growth, which I believe, technology has literally changed the entire world. And it's continuing to change the world and it's going to continue to grow. And I advocate for technology because I work in tech. So there. Government is average salary of $72,000 with 6% growth. You've got entertainment with $92,000 and 10% growth. Manufacturing, $78,000 with 8% growth. And nonprofit, $65,000. Real estate, $82,000. It's a lot of opportunity out here if you really position yourself. And you will, because you're going to continue to watch my videos here on CPA Diversity that's going to give you all the information that you need to know in order to be able to position yourself the right way to go ahead and grab some of these annual salaries and make all your dreams come true. But it's on you though. In talking about career opportunities, I also want to make sure we talk about some of the things that you can do as an accountant that can help your advance, that can help your chances for taking advantage of available career opportunities. Those include certifications and understanding the different skills you need to be able to take advantage of those opportunities. So, of course, you've got certified public accounting certification, which is the kind of most known top tier accounting certification that you can have, but it's not the only one. Okay, you can become a certified management accountant. I can remember being in my managerial accounting class, and we talked about something called cost accounting. And yeah, that was challenging. Okay, if you are a certified managerial accountant, salute to you, because man, let me tell you, that is some real down in the trenches accounting work that you're doing. But you're doing a lot of good work. These manufacturing organizations need to understand cost accounting so that they can make sure that they are utilizing their resources effectively to be able to produce products, to be able to make their margins on those products. They got to understand their costs and their cost structure and how all their dollars are being spent. So certified managerial accountants help with doing some of that. You've got certified internal auditors. Okay, so you've got accountants who are actually auditors. But when you go to certified internal auditors, you have accountants that work in businesses that are doing things to make sure that the business comply, that the business understands how their processes are working. They're reporting to management, they're reporting to leadership to let them know what's working, what's not working, what needs to be improved, how are we measuring up against the standard, a lot of different things that they're doing. So you have certified internal auditors, you've got chartered financial analysts, and they manage investment portfolios and they have investment analysis. They're working with high net worth individuals. They're working with people who are just trying to figure out how to grow their money. They're doing a lot as well. And these are only four of the certifications that are really available to accountants. Now, like I said, accounting and technology is kind of merging in a lot of ways too. So you also got technology certificates that are out there that accountants are picking up, like certified information systems auditor, the certified information technology professional. Those are some other accounting related type of certifications that have a technology focus, which are also available. And you've got, again, in-demand skills. You've got data analytics, learning Excel, understanding enterprise resource planning systems. Enterprise resource planning. I got that right. What do we think? ERP meaning. Enterprise resource planning. I got that right. Enterprise resource planning. Financial modeling, tax planning, audit, right? Budgeting, forecasting, risk assessments, cloud accounting, all kind of skills. A lot of these are technology related skills that help to create career opportunities and opportunities for career advancement. And accountants are needed all over. I mean, you got Big Four, who are Deloitte, PwC, EY, and KPMG. All right, you got Fortune 500 companies like Apple, Amazon, and Google. All right, government, IRS, GAO, SEC, FBI, and consulting, which are McKinsey, Accenture, and a lot of other consulting firms. But you got all these different huge organizations that need accounting professionals. And some of them are pretty cool companies to work for. I mean, I could imagine going to work for Apple or Amazon or Google as an accountant. It's probably pretty fun. I heard Google has like a slide or something in the middle of their campus, which, I mean, okay, it's a slide, but you don't see that every day. Now, we talked about opportunities and some of the skills that you would need to have to take advantage of those career opportunities. Those same skills are also going to be good for number 3 on our list, which is career advancement. Now, when you're talking about accounting, a typical career advancement path for an accountant would be what you see here on screen, which is you come in as a staff accountant, which is like your entry level accounting position. Then after you've gotten some experience, you get promoted to being a senior accountant, then an accounting manager, then you become a controller, which is like you've really mastered accounting and you can make decisions for leadership and making those decisions. You understand the financial operations, budgeting, planning, forecasting, all of the things, right? All the tools that you need to use to understand accounting in the business. And then the last step you go to is the chief financial officer, which is that executive level position for accounting, right? You're the one who's on the executive board who's representing the company's financial operations. That that's your typical path. And with the right skill sets, especially now that you're talking about a world where there's less people who are choosing to become an accountant and more opportunities to become an accountant, this is a very standard path for advancement. But there are also a lot of other paths that you can follow in terms of creating more advancement opportunities for yourself. And I say there's more opportunities for advancement because this traditional path is a good path if you're someone who chooses to just be tried and true accountant. But what you'll find is that once you have that accounting competency and you start to get into the world of working in accounting, you can then start to pivot to other areas in the business because accounting helps you to kind of understand every area of the business since they call it the language of business, right? You start to understand the marketing department, the technology department, the sales department, because the numbers have to be analyzed by accountants. So you start to get exposure to different areas of the business. And also, like I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of different things you can do as an accountant. You don't just have to be an accountant. And a lot of reason, which is one reason we're going to get to soon with artificial intelligence, you might not always want to go into traditional accounting. Okay. It's good and you got to understand how to do it, but you can also go into other areas like becoming an auditor or like myself, I went into technology, or you can go into financial analysis, right? Investment. You don't necessarily have to be an accountant. And also, you don't necessarily have to go into it just as an employee. Yes, you become an employee, you become an accountant, and you learn what you need to learn to really develop your skills. But then you can step out on your own and become an entrepreneur. You can start your own accounting firm. There's a lot of different opportunities out there to advance your career. And accounting helps with just giving you that foundational knowledge for understanding business in most cases. Once you understand the numbers, you're looking at the numbers, you understand how the money flows across the to help make the business successful, then you can start to understand other areas and other ways where you can support businesses. And then that's where you can find the advancement opportunities. And when we're talking about advancement opportunities, it's so important to just understand too how important technology and artificial intelligence is playing a role inside all the businesses across the world. If you become somebody who understands the technology side of the business. And I'm not just talking about being a traditional technology person, understanding computers and how they work. I'm talking about being an accountant who understands the software that you need to perform accounting functions, right? Like QuickBooks, for example, understanding accounting software. Make that your competency as an accountant to understand the technology behind it. That is something that's going to help you to become a better accountant and advance your career. Also, be someone who understands how to use and leverage artificial intelligence, which is number 4 on our list that we're going to get into. Artificial intelligence. Now, I cannot stop talking about artificial intelligence and technology because as accountants, we just have to understand and know this. It's truly changing the game and it's making things a lot different. Technology itself is so important to just every single business in the world that we live today that the CPA exam had to be updated to create a whole section that you can actually go and test for to become a certified accountant that has a technology focus. That's how important it is. And artificial intelligence is even more important. So then why is artificial intelligence a reason you should choose to become an accountant? Why do we have it on this list as one of the 5 reasons why the time is right now for you to become an accountant? It's because it's changing a lot of the stigma that is typically surrounding the accounting profession. We get a lot of stigma being a very boring profession, being a very hard profession, and historically that has been kind of true. There are some boring moments and there's definitely some things that we do that are very challenging. But artificial intelligence is taking a lot of those boring tasks and making them like really interesting and fun, and also taking those very hard tasks and doing them for us. So we're getting to be freed up to do things that we care about, like actually supporting the people that we work for versus spending hours upon hours upon hours doing mundane, tedious, repetitive tasks that really aren't the best use of our time. What people have to do is start understanding that accounting isn't what it used to be. It does involve math and it can be challenging at times to understand all the numbers and how they all work. But this is where artificial intelligence comes into play, right? You marry artificial intelligence and technology together. They are doing a lot of the computations. They are crunching the numbers for us. And it's making it so that we don't have to necessarily do all of those hard things, although we still need to understand them as people because artificial intelligence can't do everything. It still needs the human side to make decisions, to help make decisions, to help make the judgment calls. But it's definitely helping us to get information a lot quicker, and we can take that information to our customers, to our clients, to our employers, to our managers, to our leadership to help them make more informed decisions to help grow and advance businesses. Now, if you're somebody who's in the accounting profession right now, or you're somebody who's choosing to go into accounting, this right here is going to be the most important piece of advice I'm going to give you, okay? You need to embrace artificial intelligence. It's literally the future and it's showing up everywhere. Also, this is how you are going to get more career opportunities, how you are going to advance your career because you are going to be somebody who understands artificial intelligence and how to leverage it and use it to get the best out of the business, to get the best out of the accounting numbers, and to help educate people on how to improve their processes. I was watching this video on artificial intelligence. It was a discussion, and I love this quote. They said, artificial intelligence is not going to replace human beings. It's going to be a human being who understands how to use artificial intelligence that's going to replace you in your job as a human being. So get to learn. AI in itself is going to create tons more job opportunities. So be somebody who understands how to use and leverage AI, and I promise you it's going to create opportunities for you, which is why it's number 4 on our list for reasons you should join the accounting profession right now. And of course, last and not least on our list is diversity in the profession. The profession still is looking for more diversity in the profession, okay? They're looking for us, okay? I don't care if you're black, brown, whatever. They're looking for more diversity. And this is something that all the organizations in the accounting profession are really honing in on trying to figure out how do we make this profession more attractive. This is the reason I was inspired to create this channel and this platform because I want to provide more education to you about the benefits of becoming an accountant, why you should choose this career path, why you should choose to become a certified public accountant and choose to go into one of these many areas that we discussed in this video so far about the things that accounting professionals can do. So make sure you subscribe to this channel to keep getting more information and to make sure that you continue to help me educate other people on all the advancement opportunities that there are in this profession. And seriously, if we go into the diversity aspect, I mean, there are literally tons of opportunities for you if you're a diverse accounting professional, which is why I always advocate, like, I know it's hard. I know it's challenging. Going through the CPA exam is not small, but you can do it. And when you do it, you are going to change your life and the life of your family and anybody you care about. You are going to change generational courses in your family because you are going to then be positioned to have opportunities, career advancement opportunities, job security, and be able to really be a valuable resource to whoever you have as loved ones in your family. Look, diversity in accounting is needed so much that you had a group of accounting organizations and professionals come together and create something called the National Pipeline Advisory Group. This group is literally a group within the accounting industry that's working together to figure out how to promote more education and awareness about the accounting profession to attract more diverse people into the profession. They're really trying to figure out how to get more of us and more people who are from diverse backgrounds into the profession. One thing I love about this pipeline group is that they have a pipeline pledge, okay, to make professionals from all over the world pledge to do something to promote more awareness around the accounting profession and to do more to bring more diversity into the profession. So if you're somebody who hasn't seen this pledge, I'll leave the link in the video below so you can get to this site to be able to read through it. And if you are an accounting professional who wasn't aware of the pledge, go here and sign up, take the pledge, do your part. They've even got a video on the main page that talks about some of the things we even discussed on this video about the differences between the stigmas of accounting and what it's really like. Let's take a look at a little bit of this video.
Growing up, I thought a CPA just like crunch numbers all day, calculators and whatnot, but what I do is very different from that.
What I enjoy most about being a CPA is I find that it's really rewarding to solve complex problems.
Being a first-generation student, accounting provides a profession that's got a support system to make you successful from the beginning. And a lot of professions do not offer those opportunities.
Mentors have really been key to my personal development. It's been a way for me to understand more about myself and learn about myself and how to better react going forward.
Mentors help me to be the professional that I am today, and mentors help me to be confident to tell you that you can do it too, just like I did.
Mentors help me gain strength and courage and gave me a voice that I want to continue to use to advocate for others.
I love my profession. It has given me so much, I feel a duty to give back.
The profession itself is so giving, and I want everyone who wants to be a part of that to know that.
There's a lot of people on this video and they're speaking from their experience. They're saying like, this is a great profession to be a part of. And the opportunity is here waiting for you. Yes, you're going to have to do some work, okay? You're going to have to get in those books and study some. But I'm telling you, as somebody who's gone through this process, all right, do the hard work now and then it's going to pay off for the rest of your life. With that being said, those are 5 reasons why right now is a great time for you to choose to become an accountant. Right now is a great time for you to lean in on your accounting profession. Right now is a great time for you to be an accountant who learns about technology and AI. Right now is a great time for you to go pursue that CPA exam. Right now is a great time for you to subscribe to CPA Diversity, like the video, sign up for notifications. We're dropping a lot more videos coming this year. If you're still here and you're watching this video, thank you so much. I appreciate you for all the support. I know that you're going to be successful without a doubt in my mind. You got this. See you on the next video.